Hello, yes, Graham Elwood, Political Vigilante here, talking about the exit polls. So, like we were just saying, the districts that Bernie had a double-digit exit poll victory, and then Biden won. So we're seeing how it was, and they were all where there were the digital, the electronic voting machines, because that was proven back in 2006 that they're easily hackable, and neither party is going to change that because they want to be able to rig the elections. And the Democratic primary is cheating once again. I mean, just openly rigging, and the corporate media won't talk about it. And what's the most I'm not surprised at that, is Bernie has not called it out. Bernie should have been screaming about this. But this is the problem. 750 polls are closed in Texas, and Bernie won't talk about it. That first debate on the 15th, like right when the coronavirus thing was really taking shape, this is his opportunity to step up and be a leader, and he hasn't done it. He has all these people, he has all this power and this leverage behind him, and he hasn't done it. And he won't call out the corruption of the Democratic Party. Tulsi Gabbard wouldn't, and that's when she backed Joe Biden and sold us all out. And AOC won't really call it out. And you're just seeing it's just another reason why I'm done with the Democratic Party. I'm just done. I mean, they've already pushed the Democratic primary to August now. Joe Biden has even said, well, let's do it virtually. Let's have the convention. And this, I saw it when the pandemic started, really got bad. We first started to see it and really started talking about it in this country late January, early February. I was like, they're going to use this pandemic to shut down the convention and do it behind closed doors and just pick someone. And it's either going to be Biden. I don't think that they're going to pick Biden. I think the rape allegations and his dementia are too big. But you're seeing, and I've talked about this in other videos, they're already grooming Cuomo. They're grooming Cuomo. The fact that Bernie won't call it out, I mean, it's blatant cheating, and he won't call it out. He won't call out the Democratic establishment because at the end of the day, you cannot change that party from within. You cannot change that party from within. It is impossible. It is an impossible task to change that party from within. So the exit polls discrepancy shows clear rigging. The exit polls are accurate wherever there's paper ballots for the most part, right? It's all the electric voting machines. So they won't do it. It's a complete scam. It's completely rigged. And, I was never delusional to think that Bernie Sanders was like this savior. I was like, he's the last shot we've got. He's the furthest left of any mainstream candidate. And what Bernie is doing now, and that stimulus bill, they all voted for it. They argued, they said it was awful after the fact, and we got this amendment tacked onto it. They've just given the banks $4.25 trillion, $4.25 trillion to do whatever they want. And what's really going to happen, what happened in the housing crisis in 09 and 10, well, it started in 8, but then exacerbated by Obama's, is they're going to use it to steal people's homes, and now they're going to get their businesses because businesses are going under, and they're going to give you these low interest loans, and or it's up to 10 grand. Like, even if you do get 10 grand, you're a business that has even just 20 employees. These bars, restaurants, all the comedy clubs I work. I mean, Ron and I had to cancel our Seattle and Portland dates this month. One of the reasons is the Seattle club has gone out of business. They emailed Ron and said, we're closing doors. We can't we got to fold up. We've had to close because of the pandemic, and we're done. So who's going to buy up that business? I'll tell you who's going to buy up that business. Starbucks, Chipotle, somebody like that is going to buy it up. Chase Bank is going to have, one of the Citibank or they're starting these, like, there's one in LA, I've seen it, in Santa Monica where I live. It's like, might be City, anyway, it's one of those filthy big banks. They're like, it's the cool hangouts. It's like a coffee shop and a bank and free Wi-Fi and free coffee. And it's just like, it'll be like that. Any mom and pop business that doesn't survive this is going to be gobbled up, and that's what we're going to see. I mean, you look at Manhattan, and that's already happened in Manhattan. It's all banks and big tickets. There's like San Francisco, and they're going to just do this nationwide. the effects of the financial side of this. They saw the pandemic, and whether it was created in a lab or not, or whether even if COVID-19 happened organically, at the very least, the ruling class in this country went, oh shit, this is a great opportunity to scoop up more power, more wealth, and more surveillance. That's what it is. And, you know, Bernie and, I mean, the squad, Omar said on Twitter, I'm going to back Biden, you know. They voted, the squad has voted for some bullshit things. I mean, you can't be a progressive inside the Democratic Party. You can't. Even if you had the most noble intentions, eventually they threaten you, they pressure you, and because that was the pressure, you know. Bernie, if he holds this bill up, they're going to crush him and say Bernie doesn't want you to get stimulus money and blah, blah, blah. And he could have gone on every news channel and said, no, I don't want to give the banks another bailout like we did in 2009. This will actually kill American workers and homes, and we got to get this out of the bill and we need Medicare for all and UBI. That's what this bill needs. It shouldn't have any money for corporations. He could have done that, and he didn't. And AOC didn't. They didn't. Warren didn't. They didn't do it. And, you know, that's that. So the rigging of this primary in similar fashion to 2016 shows you what it is, but the lack of resistance from any of the so-called progressives within the Democratic Party. At the end of the day, they're not going to fight. They're not going to they're not going to make the big fight. They're not going to do it. They're not going to. And I don't know why you amass all these people behind you in this movement who are willing. And I don't know one single Bernie supporter that's going to vote for Joe Biden. I don't know one. I know the vote any blue will do is like, hey, I like Bernie, but, you know, I'll vote. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the diehard Bernie supporters. I'm not voting for Biden. I'm not voting for Cuomo. I'm not voting for any of those jackasses. It ain't going to happen. So I hope that answered your question about exit poll discrepancies. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.